BJP responds, right? It's not interested in a conversation. They've decided that they know what's going on. Nobody else in the country understands what's going on. And that's it. Contest in India has completely changed. And the reason it's changed, one organization called the RSS, fundamentalist fascist organization, has basically captured pretty much all of India's institutions.
सरकार को गाली देते रहते हैं, मोदी जी को गाली देते रहते हैं और जो सबसे ज्यादा बोलते हैं वही बोलते हैं कि बोलने नहीं दिया जा रहा है.
Ask the Congress National President Mr. Kharge, do you support shameful comment of Rahul Gandhi that America and Europe must intervene in India to restore democracy?
You're watching News Epicenter with me, Maria Shakil. Rahul Gandhi continues to escalate the attack against the centre from the United Kingdom. Interacting with members of the British Parliament, Rahul Gandhi once again hit out at the BJP, accusing it of seeking to hold power eternally. He called the RSS a fascist organisation which has captured multiple democratic institutions, comparing it to the Muslim Brotherhood. Rahul Gandhi said the RSS aims to eradicate democracy in India. He also accused the BJP of muzzling dissent in India, saying the threat to democracy in the country should now be a global concern. Before this, he called the BJP a group of ideological cowards and called on United States and European nations to take note of the threat to democracy in India. During a lecture at the Cambridge University, without citing any evidence, Rahul Gandhi accused the BJP of using Israeli spyware, Pegasus, to snoop on him via his phone. The BJP has hit back at Rahul Gandhi, with Union Law Minister Kiran Rijiju reminding the Congress MP of the 1975 emergency imposed by former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. It seems Rahul Gandhi's attacks have failed to rally the opposition once again. Sources also reveal that the Aam Aadmi Party, the Trinamool Congress and the Samajwadi Party have taken a decision to distance themselves from Rahul Gandhi's comments. These attacks come ahead of the crucial elections on the road to 2024. Does Rahul Gandhi feel he can damage the BJP with these attacks from foreign soil? Is this a concerted political strategy or Rahul Gandhi airing his political frustrations for failing to take on the Modi juggernaut in the election arena? First, let's listen in to what the Congress MP's latest attacks are.
If you look at the time from independence to now, the Congress party has been in power for majority of the time, right? So it's not that the BJP has been in power. Before the BJP was in power for 10 years, we were in power for 10 years, right? And so it's not, I mean, the BJP likes to believe that they've come to power in India and they're going to be in power eternally. You know, that's not the case, right? One organization called the RSS, fundamentalist fascist organization, has basically captured pretty much all of India's institutions. RSS is you can call it a secret society. It's built along the lines of the Muslim Brotherhood. And the idea is to use the democratic contest to come to power and then subvert the democratic contest afterwards. The way the BJP responds, right? It's not interested in a conversation. They've decided that they know what's going on. Nobody else in the country understands what's going on. And that's it. And this is visible. I mean, you can ask any opposition party.
Joining me here in the studio is Shehzad Poonawalla, BJP spokesperson. Arshpreet Kadial is a Congress spokesperson. We have Professor Madhav Nalapat, senior journalist and vice chair of Manipal Advanced Research Group. We also have Professor Kapil Kumar, historian. Before I bring in the politicians, I want to understand from you, Professor Kapil Kumar, is the Indian democracy so fragile that a criticism of this nature from Rahul Gandhi can demean it?
Maria, first of all, let me say
that it is because of the strength of Indian democracy that Rahul Gandhi makes such statements every day. The very country China which he praises, if he wants to understand what democracy is and what fascism is, then let him take the citizenship of China for 10 days and go out of China and speak the way he is talking about India today outside, about China. He will know what democracy and what fascism is. That is the first thing I'd like to say on this. Secondly, he's saying that Indian things are like secret society. Will he spell out the secret treaty which his party has done with the Chinese Communist Party? Even your Congress Pravakta sitting here will not know a single clause of that. But now we are clear that one clause is very clear to us, that this is the understanding between Congress and the Chinese Communist Party, that whenever Rahul has to go abroad, he has to praise China and he has to condemn India, which has become very clear. He talked of earlier of China having a very good attitude towards its neighbors, and at the same time he accuses that India's so many thousands of kilometers land is with China. Tell me a single neighbor whose land China has not usurped.
Okay. Professor,
whose economy China has not tried to
let me also bring in Professor Nalapat and try and understand from him about the reservations that he has. Is it similar to what the BJP is saying? That Rahul Gandhi must first explain his own attendance in Parliament before he, attacks the ruling government. Because if anything, it's if he doesn't take his own parliamentary participation seriously, then why should the government take his views seriously?
Maria, Rahul Gandhi is an adult when I last checked. So he's at liberty to go to Parliament for as many days or as little days as he wants. But my only worry about all these tirades about Rahul Gandhi, if anybody takes him seriously, and the information I have from the UK is that, frankly, very few people are really taking these words seriously. They come to India, they don't see at all what Rahul Gandhi is describing. But the point is, today, India is in the same situation historically as China was in the 1980s. China got a tremendous amount of benefit from the Cold War between USSR and the US. Today, there's a new Cold War. We can't deny it. And that's between the US on the one hand, other democracies, and China. India is ideally suited to get a lot of benefit from this new Cold War, the way China got in that first Cold War and developed itself. Now, the way Rahul Gandhi is talking, I mean, it's a way of trying. I mean, it's poor chap. I don't think he has any intention of that. It's just that whatever script has been given to him, I don't know why they've given it to him.
Okay.
The fact
so you are essentially saying that this is part of a larger narrative that the Congress Party wishes to build.
No.
And
this is not. I'm saying that this will help Vietnam, it will help Thailand, it will help Indonesia and China most of all, because China is paranoid about its factories shifting to India.
Okay.
They don't mind going.
Okay,
They're going
fine.
to Indonesia.
Ashpreet Kadial and Shehzad Poonawala now. Ashpreet, the democratization of free speech is what we are seeing right now because of the digital media and the social media. If anything, thousands and lakhs of people take to social media, the Congress leaders do the same, and all of them question various institutions. Rahul Gandhi himself has traveled all over the country because of his Bharat Jodo Yatra, has questioned the Modi government at multiple rallies, continues to attack the government in parliament in his speeches as well. Recently he did that when there was a discussion on vote of thanks of the president. Then why is he saying that there is some kind of muzzling of voices of the opposition? Where is that muzzling of voices?
Great. Thank you. Kindly allow me a minute and a half, uninterrupted. First, you had two questions here, that you had a Bharat Jodo Yatra happening and you were able to address all these issues, etc., etc. No. There also the Bharatiya Janata Party tried to curtail our freedom of speech and expression when they wrote a letter exclusively to Bharat Jodo Yatra and to Mr. Gandhi that please, do not carry out this yatra. You are doing this and that. And Mr. Modi even wore a mask in the parliament in the morning. And in the evening, when he goes for a wedding, there is no mask that Mr. Modi wears. And number two, at the same time, simultaneously, there was another yatra that the Bharatiya Janata Party was taking out. There were campaigns that the BJP was doing, road shows that they were doing, rallies that they were taking out, massive rallies, but there was no letter shot to them. Number two,
so
you
did
said
it stop
that
you?
in the parliament, you talked of the parliament.
Ashpreet, did it stop the Congress party? Did you cut short your entire Bharat Jodo Yatra?
It is a matter of attempt by the Bharatiya Janata Party.
So you're saying there was an attempt at muzzling. Fine, go ahead.
Very, very much. Number two, you talked of the parliament. You would remember that in the parliament, Mr. Gandhi talked of the Adani issue. Our words were expunged. Our statements were done away with. Our mics get muted. We do not get equal opportunities. And the Bharatiya Janata Party basically does not, let us exercise our freedom of speech and expression. Otherwise, they register FIRs against us. And as a matter of fact, there is no opposition party in India that does not have an IT, ED, CBI, SEBI case pending against them. Whether it be Mamata Banerjee's nephew Abhishek Banerjee, M.K. Stalin's daughter, Sharad Pawar, Charanjit Channi, Arvind Kejriwal, and as a matter of fact, the media channels as well. You see the BBC, before that the NDTV, before that the Quint, before that Dainik Bhaskar, before that Alt News.
Let me bring in Shehzad now. Shehzad, the point here is also of the cases against the opposition leaders. Shouldn't that be seen as muzzling of voices? One view is that during the UPN, there is data that is available. The number of cases that were registered by the investigating agencies against the opposition party leaders was far less than what is being done this time around against the opposition. So if anything, it is being linked to, if you speak, this is what you get.
There are three questions I need to address, yours being the last one. Just give me 20 seconds for my opening comment. First, the problem we have with Rahul Gandhi is not that he goes abroad and he badmouths the BJP, but he has sought on record intervention of a foreign power into affairs of India. That's a compromise of our national sovereignty. Like I explained yesterday, he's done it before with Nicholas Burns, etc. And this is an affront to our democracy, and 75 years of independence, you go and seek those who ruled us for 200 years to intervene in our democracy. That's the real problem. Can the Congress justify that? Point number two, Mr. Rahul Gandhi said there is a complete institutional capture, and therefore I want to ask the spokesperson of Rahul Gandhi specifically, and not go idhar-udhar, is the current Chief Justice of India a reflection of that institutional capture by the RSS, or is the current Chief Justice of India, whose verdict you were celebrating 3 days ago, out of the institutional capture of the RSS? Because it can't be that if the verdict goes my way, it is good, the institution is fine. If the verdict is against me, then the institution is compromised. This conditional commitment to democracy shouldn't be the case. Now coming to your question. Maria, you have covered Congress, BJP, all of our parties for so many years. 2004 to 14, who were the cases against? SP, BSP, Congress, NCP, DMK, same parties. Today also the cases are against the same parties. Inka charitra hai, whether in power or out of power, to do corruption. But let me answer specifically. Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi's case started by Subramaniam Swamy's private complaint to a court. Court ordered trial against them. They got no relief from Supreme Court. Satyendra Jain, 9 months in jail. They have got no relief from court. Manish Sisodia went up to Supreme Court. No relief from court. Vijay Nair went up to highest court. No relief from court. Nawab Malik has been kept in jail because he went to Supreme Court. Supreme Court said, no, we are not going to interfere. And the trial court said that Nawab Malik prima facie has links with Dawood Ibrahim gang. Please tell me that if courts give orders against you, chalo, you say ED is compromised, CB is compromised, selective, all of these 8.5 years, they have not been able to prove even one instance of caged parrot. But if courts are not giving you relief, then is the court compromised? The same court's verdict to have been celebrated.
Ashpreet,
but I want a specific answer on the institutional.
Yes, this point, if the electoral outcomes or the verdict that you expect from the judiciary is favorable, then the institutions aren't compromised. But if the verdict goes otherwise, then it becomes compromised. How fair is that argument?
Thank you. Now let's see as to how the Bharatiya Janata Party has compromised the institutions. As a matter of fact, this very government and the Home Minister of India, Mr. Amit Shah, including 6 more cabinet ministers, go and discuss the government policy with the RSS. That is the number one point where you can categorically see that this government has
but how
done away.
the RSS is a cultural organization and happens to be associated with the BJP, and BJP leaders have not shied away in explaining about their association with RSS and their deep roots in that institution. So how are the two relationships being seen the way you are saying?
So now the government policies, before they are implemented, are to be discussed with the RSS. That is how it should be done. And that is all right. Well, if that's what you deem fit, then perhaps that is the new democracy of India, which has been turned into Danda Tantar and Bhay Tantar. The problem here is that we have freedom of speech and expression under Article 19, Clause 1, Sub-Clause A, that the Bharatiya Janata Party is completely forgotten. You're not allowed to speak.
If I may just intervene, because I want to just ask that having a civil society conversation with a group which is active in political public life, social life, is an affront, but having NAC, which was given undue status of being body of statutory importance, where all the decisions of the Prime Minister were going to the NAC to be checked and verified, and then that interference, when even files were being taken to the offices of some leaders, was that constitutional? Was that arrangement constitutional? Having civil society conversation with one of the foremost cultural organizations and organizations which are doing nationalistic job is an affront to democracy. But having a discussion with all other groups and in making policy is fine. This is the double standards of Mr. Khadiyal and Rahul Gandhi.
5% of the cases that have been registered in India by the CBI are against opposition parties.
Because you indulge in corruption, the answer is so simple. Ashwini, what's the difficulty in understanding that?
0.05%. The Enforcement Directorate's conviction rate is 0.05%.
Let me come on this. Let me come on this also.
Goes on to suggest
you said,
that if you register 100 cases, only one goes on to
you can't go on a rant like Rahul. You have to also listen. You ask me a question, I'll answer the question. You said the conviction. I don't think you understand.
Since you have asked a question on conviction, let him respond, and then I bring the two panelists.
On this conviction, let me show how hollow their argument is. Before 2014, ED convictions, 0, nil, null, Sannata, and now 23. So please have some facts. Don't speak and prove that you are a spokesperson of Rahul Gandhi. Please speak with some facts at your disposal. It will be better for you and your party.
Can you name this fabricated report?
Fabricated report, it's published in the Times of India. Unless you think the Times of India is a rag paper and you just quoted Quint and I don't know Wire and all kinds of publications, but you don't want to believe the Times of India. I'll show you the clipping also. I keep every fact with me.
I don't want to see a news channel's report. I want to see the
let me bring in Professor Madhav Nalapat. Professor Madhav Nalapat, you say that you have spoken to some people in UK and they do not take the words of Rahul Gandhi seriously.
Is this a credible report?
Then why is the current government and the BJP getting so worried about his words? Ignore it?
I can't speak for the BJP. For example, they banned that BBC documentary. I frankly don't see any reason for banning that documentary, and maybe some various other things. Rahul Gandhi has been regularly making the same tour. Cambridge University, Chatham House, the Labour Party. He has been doing this year after year after year. Possibly the same group of friends has been, facilitating this year after year. My only point is, for heaven's sake, don't throw the baby with the bathwater. You're trying to give an impression of India as a country that you should not, invest in, a country that is hopeless, a country that is beyond redemption, so long as a group of people who are elected are in power. I mean, suggest alternative policies, suggest things like that. But for heaven's sake, don't try and damage the investment climate of this country.
If anything, what is evident at present is that the subaltern have got voice, that the voiceless are in positions where they can be seen as, important, being involved in the entire decision-making process. And let's be clear, we are seeing a democracy which is clearly expanding its dissent and arguments. At this point, if Rahul Gandhi is making the argument, he is only actually saying that he is a dissenting voice, so be it.
Oh, absolutely. There's no problem in that. He can say whatever he likes.
Yes, that's what Professor Kapil Kumar.
But to 66 years, if you think in 7 years, the whole 66 years of the past have been obliterated completely, well, you have a very fragile view of India.
Okay.
Sorry,
Professor Kapil
that's
Kumar.
not the correct view of India.
Okay.
You see, a person who says there is nothing like India, nation, it's a federation, forgets that his own Nehru was writing the discovery of India. Why do they say that the Congress struggled for the freedom of India? Why they call it freedom struggle of India? This is his mental level of knowledge. And today what he is doing, I pity the intellectuals in Cambridge and Oxford now, like Imran Khan moves with a katora, or Pakistani leaders move with a katora world over. Give us money, give us money. This man, gone insane with the lust of power, is moving with a katora world over. Get me power in India. US intervene. England intervene.
Professor Kapil Kumar, Professor Madhav Nalapal, Shehzad Poonawala here in the studio, and Harshpreet Kadi, I'll really appreciate your time. Earlier today, I spoke to the senior advisor to the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Kanchan Gupta, who accused Rahul Gandhi of demeaning India abroad. He also said that he cannot complain about dissent in India if he himself has a poor attendance record in Parliament. Listen in. What exactly is your grouse against Rahul Gandhi for raising his criticisms or raising his concerns regarding institutions of India and democracy in general when he's traveling abroad?
No, I have no personal issue with him. But what is extremely upsetting is that he is not only an elected member of parliament from the constituency of Wayanad in Kerala, but he is also a senior leader of the Congress, and for him to be on foreign soil and denigrate India's parliament, demean India's parliament in this manner is unacceptable, and it needed to be called out, because he was speaking to a foreign audience, and that audience is totally ignorant about how parliament functions, what are the details of Rahul Gandhi's participation in the functioning of parliament, how many times has he participated in debates or raised questions. So the whole purpose is to put out the data in the public space and let people decide.
Okay. But Mr. Gupta, Indian Parliament has over 750 MPs and Rahul Gandhi is one of them. And most opposition leaders may be voicing something that Rahul Gandhi has said, which is with regards to free speech. And why exactly are you linking his attendance to what he has said there?
Maria, please look at the data I have shared, and this is not some secret data, it is publicly available data. Anybody, anywhere in the world can access it. Now, what is the first set of numbers I have put out? That, how many people attend Parliament. And if you look at the sheer attendance of Rahul Gandhi, it is 52%, whereas the average for the state which he represents, Kerala, is 84%, and the national average is 79%. I have shared data to show that session after session he has recorded zero attendance. Now let's come to, you raised a point that, how does it show that opposition is allowed to participate and opposition actually participates? Now, if you look at the debates which have happened in Parliament between 2019 and 2023, Rahul Gandhi has participated only in 6 debates. Kerala's average is, for MPs, his fellow MPs from Kerala, they have participated in 68.2 debates. Now, the BJP or its allies, they do not have a single MP in Kerala. All the MPs from Kerala are actually opposition MPs, whether they are from the UDF or from the LDF. Now, they are there in Parliament participating in debates. The national average is 41. And how many debates has Rahul Gandhi participated in? 6. So forget the national participation, even if you look at the state participation. So that sort of takes care of your point, that how does it show that the opposition is participating?
Okay, Mr. Kanchan Gupta, on one hand, the BJP and the government constantly makes this argument that electoral debacles of the Congress party is an indication that Rahul Gandhi's words really do not matter, and that his words do not really have that much of weight, that the people of India in states that they do not rule or govern take him seriously. Then why is the government and the BJP taking his words so seriously?
I come back to where I began, that you do not do certain things while on foreign soil. This is not about denigrating the government of the day. This is not about demeaning the government of the day. This is about denigrating the Parliament of India. This is about demeaning India's parliamentary democracy. And frankly, I don't expect the people he addressed at Cambridge, or the people he spoke to at Chatham House, or the so-called journalists of the local journalists association he spoke to, they are aware of these details.